Welcome back here on another day of Gravitational Report. I want to say thank you guys for the clicks, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. Personally, want to recognize the JCK CPA. Thank you for the coffee. Appreciate it. Appreciate everyone else who's donating for the buying me a coffee and supporting the channel. First of all, I want to get started that I read a lot of the book up here. I wanted to make sure that what I feel was correct. I mentioned a lot of you the reports about Saturn is the structure, Saturn is controlling the bones, and Saturn creates the structure, but right now he's in Pisces. So if you have Saturn and Pisces, or Saturn particularly in the 12th house as well, you're looking for that spiritual structure. You're having that spiritual structure in there. With that, can happen two things. Either going to be in that structure is going to be closed, kind of like people who are in a closed, in occultic learnings, some of the things you don't talk about them, right? You know them only from within you, because you know that certain people have to realize it themselves. Because if you tell them, they're not gonna go through it. They have to live through it to understand it. So this is gonna be the energy of we're gonna be beginning to understanding right now. In particular, there's gonna be a lot of spiritual discipline, I would say, more connecting into this. The moon is going to be moving from the north node, this is where we are seeing it, the guidance for the future. So at 7 o'clock in the morning, we are going to see this beautiful, beautiful energy. The moon is going to be moving out of the north node, and she's going to be on the way to meeting Saturn in there in Neptune. And we're going to start feeling these particular energies of the moon. We're going to start feeling at the need of discipline, of a structure, and creating the things. But since this is in Pisces, we're going to be learning to understand it into the power of the spirit, because this is the spirituality. In the end, you're understanding what was the purpose of everything. So now with that energy, we're going to be having a very beautiful, very great day. So the inner work is going to be at 7 o'clock at Scorpio. Beautiful trine with Jupiter. A lot of the revaluations is of the family patterns. Okay, just so you know, Jupiter is going to be staying for another few months into Cancer. Okay, in March he's going to be turning direct. So we're going to see a lot of these energies for a little bit more of that revaluations of family patterns. How do we do things as a family? But it's the same thing. As I said before, family, it's not only your immediate family. Family, it's everyone on the earth. So a lot of revaluations with this is coming. Hi, Star. Glad to see you here. So at 8 o'clock, we're going to see all these personal planets packet, pretty much, except the moon, though. We're going to see they're going to be rising in the horizon in there. The sun is at 2 degrees, Mercury is at 2 degrees, Ascendant is at 3 degrees, Pluto is at 3 degrees, Venus is at 6 degrees at Aquarius. We've seen that the Mars has not arrived in Aquarius yet. It's like, I have unfinished things to do. I have unfinished jobs to get it in there. Hey, WAG, thank you for coming in. Hi, Carcamo, thank you for coming in. So we're going to see this energy of Mars. It's kind of like, learning first, getting things first, finding the order. It's like, right now, the moon, it's writing what it needs to be, okay? Everything goes through approval for values and money, which is Venus. Then everything goes through our transformations. We see in it that we need to be talking about, communicate with the authority for a final approval. So the sun is giving you the stamp approval, and Mars has to do it. So this is kind of like a chain of events that right now it's happening. You're feeling it within you. Also, we are talking about that with all this is evolved who? Uranus. Okay, Uranus is still a retrograde in there. He also brings what certain changes, but also brings that energy. Is like, hey, go back in time and look up. Okay, look it up in there. So 9 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Sag, very beautiful divine energies with Jupiter. Of course, realizing things out into the public and admitting things in there is a good thing. But you also can learn for what's going on to the public, right? Through what? Observations. All right. The ascendant is going to be at the end of Aquarius. That can put some pressure and remind us about yesterday's energy. I mean, I woke up this morning. I was just, my head was totally out. So I took some time off into pretty much into the day. But this energy is going to be a reminder. Is like how do we are doing it. The things. So 10 o'clock, the inner work that it's at the beginning of the Capricorn is going to be a squaring the ascendant, Saturn, and Neptune. This is a like Saturn is like, do you have the proper structure? Don't use the old structure. You need some new structure. There has to be a restructuring in this. And you need to understand in the level of what? In the level of soul, in the level of spirit. Okay? In the level of spirit. Pretty good energies with Uranus, the Sun, and Mars. Very, very good. These energies, we talk about it, there's going to be getting it better, and they are getting it better. At 11 o'clock, we see that the inner work is in the mid Capricorn. Very beautiful energy with the North Node will be and the Moon. That is one of the intuition in there. It's coming and finally understanding, yeah, I understand we did that job, but we have to do more. We need to get into something even better, okay? Because Capricorn is a structure, but Capricorn is also a what? Public service, okay? So take a look what you have in a 10th house. That is more related to your profession. That is a what are you doing professionally wise with others, for others, and so on, okay? If you have a planet in there, that planet is going to be dominating that. All right. So take a look what you have in your 10th house. Also take a look what you have at Capricorn. Okay. If you need some personal assistance, I have an email for readings. If you guys are interested in personal readings, it's astroviber1111@gmail.com. All right. Next hour, 12 o'clock. This is the hour of the authority. This is where the inner work, it is particularly connecting to what? To the sun. Okay, this is why it's the hour of the authority. Very beautiful energies as we were talking about with this. The only thing right now is we see in it that Uranus is opposing the shadow. Is like you need to break it down. You need to put it out. You need to bring it out on the surface. You need to put the cards on the table. All that is in there. But as we are seeing it, all this pack of personal planets together with the inner work, they're very beautiful. The moon, as we see on it here, it's got a very beautiful energies with Jupiter, as we said. And right now we're seeing that the Saturn and Neptune, it's preparing the vision and the structure of how the things is going to be. Of course, there's going to be some challenges, but without challenges, you can evolve. Because if you get in energies, you get these energies that you need to do something, but you don't do anything with the energy, you're getting stuck. It's the same thing like you're getting sick, right? Because you're not doing certain things. All right, the next hour at 1 o'clock, we are going to see the inner work is going to be at Aquarius. It's not going to have an aspect in there. We're going to see some like adjustments. You need to have some time of adjustments. And as we talk about this moment is like, okay, I all my old stuff are gone. All my old things are out. All the old things, I need to clear that out. But what I am going to do in this new world, right? So you may gonna be triggered with the unknown things, but the answer is gonna be coming in the next hour. We're gonna see a lot of this authority of transformations particularly that the sun is about to join Pluto. Okay, together with Mercury right now, that Mercury right now is in transformations. You're going to be talking about things, how you're going to be changed, how you want the things into the new world, how you see the things in your own visions of the future. Okay, do you see the future of like a Star Wars, or you see the future as a Star Trek, or a future as a Blake Sevens, or you see it as a Stargate? You know how you picture the future, right? So this is kind of like is going to be going into, because this energy is about space, right? Aquarius. And we're going to see a lot of divine guidance that's going to be coming in, because the ascendant is going to be at Aquarius. This is the yacht that is going to be coming in pretty much every day. We see this yacht, okay, that it's made from Lilith and all the personal planets. So, what is it in your shadow? Your secret desires, your secret dreams, how you want to build things better. But it's also the things that you want to face, right? All right. The next hour, this is going to be at 3 o'clock. Beautiful energy. Emotions going to be balanced. You're going to be balancing, because finally the soul puts the things together. Very beautiful energy. Use that. It's going to be able to help you of navigating the proper ways into the family. Ascendant is going to be together with Jupiter. The moon is trining Jupiter. Very beautiful emotions, because Cancer is the family. Pisces is the spirit. Spirit, family, and your intuition and evaluations of the growth in the family in a very beautiful ways. And here how you're going to know that you don't have to put limits in the people, but this has to be a new level of understanding, awareness of actions. That's what the intuitions is going to be learned. And that's how you build a new structure, because you're aware of what you're doing. All right, the next hour, this is going to be at 4 o'clock. The inner work is going to be the first degrees of Aries, very much connecting with Neptune. That is going to be straighten out the visions, straighten out the emotions, the depth of the oneself. There, we're going to see some a very beautiful energy that's going to be tomorrow at this time. Okay. That is going to be where the moon is actually, it's going to be joining that right there. We're going to have some this deja vu, premonition, visions, dreams about this future. Okay, that's going to be happening tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Today at 4 o'clock, we are just going to have some little dreams when the intuition is going to be arriving there, and the intuition is going to be arriving there. And this is why you need to look at it. Where is your moon in your chart? Because that is your intuition. Okay? Because if it is, let's say, at the third house, this is going to be when you're socializing. This is the house right there of the friendshipness, right? If it's in the fifth house, it is about kids. It's about creation. If it's in the sixth house, you're possibly going to be working in the medical field. Okay, so this is why this energy is going to be coming in so powerful, because the intuition is giving you heads up. Hi, Nimira, glad to see you here. Hi, 5 o'clock, the inner work is going to be connecting more with an Aries and Jupiter, the ungrowth patterns. You need to understand that you need to grow patterns. And we're going to find out whether the moon, in about 2 days, she's going to be there. She's going to be around Chiron, and that is going to be squaring Jupiter. Again, you know, you want to grow, but you have to face what you have not grown, right? That's a path of what? Of evolution. Nothing comes in as a gift. Everything comes in from hard work and a challenge. If you don't have challenges you, what's happening? Yeah, there is no growth. The energy stays stuck, right? All right, 6 o'clock, very beautiful divine energies in there. There's going to be some trigger of the planets, because this energy is about the earth. Things on earth is in the material world, the survival, mullah, the money, right? All this energy on the personal level is how we're going to do it into the new ways, the new world, the new things have to be created in a new, different structure. Hi, Kimberly. Glad to see you here too. And we're going to have some challenge with this. So pay attention to what you have in a Taurus. Because if you have anything in these degrees of Taurus right now, I'm talking about from the 4th all the way up to the 11th degrees in there, all these planets right now, they're going to be squaring all this. There's going to be challenges in there. And we're going to see as the planets, they're going to be start moving more and more within Aquarius, they're going to beginning to challenge everything, including this guy. And this guy is going to be like, well, if this is not been working right and it's prevent you to evolving, it will be destroyed. Okay, there is no Shiva without Kali. Okay, there is no creations without destructions of the old. So a lot of unfortunate event accidents they are being about this. So they're going to be asking us through the faults to making it better. Is the same things like the hacker hacking system. It says like, okay, your system is weak. This is what you need to fix, right? But if they don't exist, we don't know there's a problem, right? All right, the 7 o'clock midheaven. It's going to be at Taurus. Very beautiful energies. Sixth house with the moon and Jupiter is about like we gotta have and create a system that's going to support what? The spirit, which is the moon, and Jupiter, there is a in the family, right? Bringing back that tribal mode in there, when the whole town had one spirit. You know, in some of the small towns, you can see it. They're like what? The whole town is like a one family. Everyone knows everybody. Everyone helps everybody, right? I mean, of course, there's always a black ships, and you know what I'm talking about. But that's what this is. It's about to learning this pattern, because if we forgot about these patterns, we live in these big, crazy megapolis towns, and all of a sudden you see that it's like, you know what I'm talking about. All right, 8 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Gemini opposing Lilith. This is going to be some direct triggers into the shadow in there. Duality is going to be comes in and kicked in. Should I do? Should I say? Should I come? Should I this? At the same time, though, ascendant it is with the south node and opposing the north node. And the ascendant is where? In Virgo, because that's what the south node is. So with this energy of the past, you're evaluating the past. Very beautiful. Take your time, because if you don't heal the past, how are you going to be performing to the future, right? So we're going to see some very beautiful things that's going to be coming in about 2 months. That is going to be one of the Venus, Mercury, when we're going to see some of the Sun. And of course, Mars is going to be following later on, but when they are going to meet with the North Node. Okay? It's going to see in it. And this is going to be coming in because that energy is going to be opposing the past. And in the past I was, and so on and so on. You were. In the past I had. You had it. In the past I wanted. You just wanted. You never made it. Can you make it now? Possibly. Okay, so this is what is going to be some trigger around these hours. 9 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be still at Virgo, is going to be opposing the moon, and the inner work is squaring the moon. This is where you're going to feel a little bit of the challenges of the dualities, because you know you're going to have a fears. Everyone has a fears, right? But if you understand the proper way of this opposition, the logic of the Virgo, right? It's going to leading to a growth, and that growth it's going to helping the intuition. How do we know, right? Astrology, right? How do we know astrology, Dio? How do you know? Well, here is the conflict, right? That opposition with them on this red line, right? But the ascendant that it's from Virgo, it goes to Jupiter, and Jupiter goes into the moon. And that's how we know. Okay? It's a chart, it's a map, it's a gravity, it's a magnetic field. everything exists. Okay, it's a little bit of science. All right. So, with that being said, in the next hour at 10 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at the beginning of Cancer. This is going to be again this divine energies with the shadow that it's there. It's going to trigger the relationships, and it's going to be a triggering what you have in there into Pisces. Okay, that the energy is going to be really much looking at in the soul. Are you there yet? Can you be able to establish what you have to? But with that energy, everything from the shadow that is going to be coming in, put the cards on the table, that energy is going to be going to the all this packet of the personal, and you're going to be understanding the actions, authority, communications, love and values, and the deep transformations that comes from above. It's beautiful, isn't it? Right? But you're understanding that you're going to need to have some trigger in order, right? Don't wait till the last second, Neptune comes in with a trine and it's just poking you on the rear end, and you're like, oh, it hurts, I gotta move. And Pluto says like, move it, move it. All right, 11 o'clock, the inner work is going to be with Jupiter. That is going to be bringing some like, well, why did we have this? Why would he have that? Why I have to evaluate all these family patterns? I'm sick of it. We're all sick of it. We're all tired of it, okay? But that energy is going to come in to tell us about one thing. We are right now on conflicts and the problems, whatever they are, could be physical, emotional, energetic, spiritual, and whatever, because we did not learn it where? In the family's environment. Now you understand you have to create a different family environment. Challenge, of course, the ego is not going to like it, particularly with people who have this energies around 0 degrees of Leo, or if you have the Sun and Leo, one degree at Leo, be mindful about it, because right now this is direct oppositions, and you're probably realizing that a lot of things that could have, should have, would have, and how you do it in there was because you created yourself in that way. Okay? Here how you develop your authority in there. Right? When did that happen first? Age of 5. Okay? This is why the house of the kids is the 5th house. They are developed in there. They are developing what? Their will, their authority, what they are going to be feel inside. Okay? And this is what is the astro-gravitational report for today. This is going to be some very good realizations. The moon is going to be at 23 degrees, very close to Saturn. We're going to start feeling it at... hi, Stephanie. We're going to start feeling it, the moon with Saturn. We're going to start feeling it, that structure, how it's going to be developed. Pay attention. So if you have a dream, if you have this need of... developing this structure in there, okay? For some of you, maybe you're going to have some problem with your bones, feeling it, stagnancy, the muscular system in there. That is it, because Saturn says like, you're not feeling secure in the structure. Let's see what we can do about this structure, okay? And now you've seen it, that structure is going to come in, is going to developing a totally new things. But first, it's developing the soul and the spirit. Is accepted by the soul and the spirit. And once it's accepted, you begin to do it. Okay? But we have to face a lot of things. A lack of discipline, laziness. We have to focus the separating the dreams and the visions and the la la land in there, the illusions, okay, with the proper visions, the purpose of this driven life that it comes in. With that purpose, when it's combined with a structure and the proper visions, proper intuition and acceptance in the soul and the spirit, now you got the power. Okay, now you understand the force. All right. So yes, Neptune is arriving at Aries very soon. He's only like 5 minutes away, and we're going to be seeing it very soon when he's going to be crossing. Very soon, a lot of the people start feeling the visions of their future life, or they're creating of what you want to create. And Saturn is going to come back and it's like, okay, you got the visions, but you need some structure, legalities. You may have to, dealing with a lot of legal issues. And Saturn arrives at Aries. That's what is going to happen. Yes, exactly. You got to be excited, Stephanie. People start feeling it, the excitement. And they're feeling the proper energies come back. They're like, oh my God, we went through a lot of crap the last year and a half. Well, we did. Okay. But that was a year and a half of kind of like a demolished things, reevaluating things, a lot of inner work, a lot of physical work, a lot of putting things into what? In its place. Okay? We still have some few things to do, but those things is going to be coming up more and more. Can't finish everything that it hasn't been done for a millennia, for like a year and a half. Okay? It's just not going to happen. It's going to take some little bit longer time. Okay? It feels like we had a taste of it in June and July last year. We're gonna have that a little bit, but that was a kind of like a pre-warning of what's coming. Now we're actually feeling it, what's coming. Okay, all right. Now we're feeling it, what's coming. All right, guys. So I'm gonna be giving you 7 o'clock in the morning for January 23rd at 7 o'clock in the morning. What it's going to be cooking in the sky. Okay. Well, the moon is going to be pretty much together with Saturn. The moon is going to be at 26 degrees, 25 minutes. Saturn is 27 degrees, 49 minutes into Pisces. This is going to be when we're going to be start learning at the structure. But overnight, the moon is going to be coming in. And it's like, I need to develop the structure. And first structure you need to develop is where? In the soul and the spirit. And that's what Saturn is in Pisces. Okay, guys? Much love to you. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for the clicks, the likes, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. And come back tomorrow for another astro gravitational report. Much love.